I was very aware of where I was at with my assorted addictions.
I really want to do a Stevie Wonder song, he once said, and I thought about it for 2 seconds. My all-time favorite Stevie song is Living for the City, ever since I was 9 years old when that record came out, Slash said.
But this story isn't about Stevie Wonder. It's about the kid who felt that song deeply before he ever picked up a guitar. A kid who grew up between chaos and creativity. A kid who would one day become known to the world as Slash, the silent force behind Guns N' Roses, the man whose guitar solos didn't just echo through stadiums, they bled. This isn't just about the music. This is about the pain behind the power. The friend who died in his arms. The stepdaughter he lost. The addiction that nearly ended him. The nights that almost swallowed him whole. This is the story of Saul Hudson, before the hat, before the legend. This is the journey of Slash.
Saul Hudson was born in July 1965, in Hampstead, London. His upbringing was anything but ordinary. His father, Anthony Hudson, was a British album cover designer who worked with the likes of Neil Young. His mother, Ola Hudson, was a gifted African-American fashion designer who styled icons like David Bowie, Ringo Starr, and Diana Ross. Slash was raised between contrasting worlds, racially, culturally, and emotionally. He once said of his dad, he was the rebel in the family. He went to art school, married a black woman, and entered the world of rock and roll. No one in his family accepted that. At age 5, that rejection became real. His father's side of the family cut them off. The family moved to Los Angeles, landing in Laurel Canyon during the 1970s, an epicenter for rock legends and creative misfits. Imagine growing up surrounded by Joni Mitchell, Jim Morrison, and Carly Simon, but feeling like a ghost in every room. Slash was the invisible child in rooms full of loud adults, smoke, and reckless living.
The calm didn't last. His parents' relationship deteriorated. His mother became romantically involved with David Bowie, while his father turned to alcohol. Divorce followed, and Slash was pulled between 2 unstable homes. He acted out, suspended from school, caught stealing, and even held by police. In his memoir, he wrote, "By 12, I was living like an adult, with no idea what that even meant."
BMX biking became his first escape. He trained obsessively, competing in freestyle and downhill races, even getting local recognition, but it wasn't enough. One day, an Aerosmith record played in the background. The sound shook something loose in him. He didn't understand why, he just knew he had to play guitar. No money, no lessons, just an old guitar and a worn-out chord book. He practiced for 10 to 12 hours a day, mimicking Led Zeppelin, Hendrix, B.B. King, and Jeff Beck. His fingers blistered. His wrists screamed. But he kept playing. He was learning to speak through strings. It was during this period he met Steven Adler, a drummer as wild and instinctive as he was. They formed and dissolved bands, but Slash kept getting better. One day at school, he played a Van Halen-inspired solo. The same kids who mocked him for his silence and long hair suddenly listened. For the first time, music gave him a voice. After bouncing around the LA scene, Slash joined Road Crew with Adler, and soon after, bassist Duff McKagan. Then came Axl Rose and Izzy Stradlin, 2 fellow outsiders with something dark and explosive brewing inside. In 1985, Guns N' Roses was born, not as a polished act, but as a gang. Rehearsals ran until dawn. Fights broke out. Food ran out. But Slash had never felt more at home. His guitar had found a place to scream. Their live shows were chaotic, primal, unforgettable. Slash didn't need to talk. His solos spoke for him. In 1986, Geffen Records signed them. By 1987, Appetite for Destruction was recorded. It wasn't an immediate hit. MTV wouldn't play the videos. Radio stations hesitated. But Sweet Child O' Mine, born from a finger exercise, became a global anthem. Welcome to the Jungle sounded like a war cry. Paradise City became an arena staple. Slash's guitar wasn't just sound, it was raw emotion carved into melody. Fame arrived like a storm. Guns N' Roses were suddenly the band of the late 80s and early 90s. They released GNR Lies in 1988, then Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 in 1991. Debuting at number 1 and number 2 on the Billboard charts. No one had ever done that before. Slash was everywhere, collaborating with Alice Cooper, Lenny Kravitz, even Michael Jackson. But the higher they rose, the harder the fall. Tensions grew. Axl became more isolated, more controlling. He demanded full rights to the band's name. Shows were delayed, fans rioted. Slash, always the silent one, kept playing, even as his substance abuse escalated. By 1996, he walked away. No public feud, no drama, just quiet heartbreak. When Slash left, the headlines blamed him. Axl released a scathing statement claiming Slash had begged to return, insulted Duff, and betrayed other musicians. But in his 2007 memoir, Slash clarified, "I hadn't seen Axl since 1996. What hurt most wasn't the lie. It was explaining myself to people who should have known better." He formed Slash's Snake Pit, then Velvet Revolver, winning a Grammy, proving he still had it. But the wound never fully closed. For 10 years, the silence between him and Axl was loud enough to shake the rock world. Then, out of nowhere in 2015, Axl called. No media stunt. No ego. Just a conversation. In 2016, they reunited for the Not in This Lifetime tour. A name that mocked the impossible, and proved anything could heal. Slash wasn't born to be a star. He was born to play through the pain. He didn't just survive addiction, loss, and personal tragedy. He turned it into melody. When others gave up, he picked up his guitar and played. From being the quiet kid in a loud room to becoming the silent thunder of Guns N' Roses, Slash's journey is more than rock history. It's human survival set to music. This is Rock Fame Diaries. If you love stories that uncover the soul behind the spotlight, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us for more deep dives into the lives of legends. Until next time, keep the music alive. God bless.
Being reliant on something, on a substance, in order to be able to get up and,